Collecting recipes has always been one of my favorite parts of New Horizons. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is check for little presents along my beach. Despite this, there's one recipe set I've never really collected. The Mermaid set. But I decided to challenge myself and see if I can collect every single mermaid recipe and clothing without losing my mind. I started with picking an island with lots of beach access and making myself look as mermaidy as possible. At the island, we can quickly take care of the tutorial section. All we really need to do in order to buy the wetsuit is pay off the first home loan to unlock Nook Miles Redemption. Boop! With my wetsuit on, it's time to see if we can sink or swim. To collect mermaid recipes, we'll need to find scallops and trade them with Pascal. Scallops aren't too rare, but they do have a catch requirement of 5 sea creatures, so we'll just catch whatever we can find in the beginning. There are a few things to keep in mind when hunting. Scallops are medium-sized, or half the size of the player's head. The bubbles will rise in a zigzag pattern, and when you go to catch scallops, they'll move slowly and kick up dust clouds. Scallops aren't the only creatures that fit this description, but keeping these things in mind will speed up the hunting process. Luckily, I found the first scallop super early. But where's Pascal? This is your friendly Pancake service announcement to make sure you leave a few empty spaces in your pockets or Pascal won't leave you any presents. Well, moving on. I emptied my pockets on the beach and thankfully found another scallop pretty quickly. In addition to the recipe, Pascal also gave us a pearl. We'll still need to find more pearls if we want to craft everything, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Or cross that stream when we get there. Anyway, you might be wondering why I've never collected this recipe set if I love crafting so much, and the answer is pretty simple. I don't really care about the Critterpedia. I catch a few bugs and fish every now and then, but I rarely dive for sea creatures. But I'm hoping I'll learn to love, or at the very least appreciate, diving after this challenge. If nothing else, I'll make a little money from all these sea creatures. Since I can collect one recipe a day, this should only take about 22 days. 15 for the recipes and 7 for the clothing. Pascal won't give you duplicate recipes until you've learned them all, but I couldn't find any information on the mermaid clothing. So here's hoping the same rules apply for the clothes. First we got the mermaid wall clock, then the mermaid closet, and the mermaid bed when Pascal dropped his best advice so far. On day 4, I started picking up a few extra creatures so that the scallops might spawn in quicker, and I found a pearl? Organically? I was really happy to find it since a few of the recipes need more than one pearl to be crafted. On this day, I also got the mermaid flooring, and I think I watched Pascal have an existential crisis. The next day it was absolutely pouring outside, but there's no lightning in the area, so we're cleared to swim. Pascal gave me the mermaid lamp and reigniting my fear of spiders. Thanks. At this point, I had a third of the recipes, which is not a whole lot, but considering my luck is not the best, I was surprised at how fast I was finding the scallops. I was scared this would be the day the challenge throws me for a loop and never spawns a scallop, but after just a few minutes I finally got my mermaid rug. I decided to take some time looking for shells in between scallop hunting, that way I won't have to collect as many at the end. And since I don't have storage, I'll just drop them in the front yard for decoration. The next day went a little faster, and the second spawn was a scallop. Pascal, now known as Père Noël, gave me my Christmas shoes. I also decided to see what Père Noël was up to after he left, and he just ate the scallop? What the? Anyway, the next few days were pretty uneventful. I got the mermaid fishy dress, the mermaid vanity, that makes 10 pearls now, and the mermaid screen. Pascal also dropped another banger piece of advice. If the sun never set, we'd never see the other stars. I think, maybe, I've been misunderstanding Pascal this whole time. He's just trying his best to remind us all of the simple things in life, and to take it easy. Go with the flow. Not everything has to be a competition or a race. Give me that recipe. With the mermaid fencing, I was just over halfway with the recipes, and I could feel my motivation just boosting. I couldn't wait to dive in and find these scallops. I did take a slight detour and chase this thing around only to find out it was a giant isopod. I don't think I've ever caught this before, so you're all witnessing history right now. And as a reward for my hard work, Pascal gifted me the Mermaid Princess dress. My luck didn't stop there, because the next day I found the Gigas giant clam, another pearl, and another scallop in the southeast corner. With that, we got the second mermaid fishy dress, and, you know, the longer I look at them, I think these dresses are really cute. To match, I got the blue mermaid shoes also in the southeast corner. It's just a place of wonder down here. The next few days were pretty much the same. I got the mermaid table, and the pier came in clutch after a long search, and I was able to get the mermaid dresser. I also found 2 more pearls, and honestly, I think my game is just broken. There's no way a professional non-diver such as myself is finding this many pearls. But the next day was not so lucky. I started like I do every day, diving head first in search of scallops, some swimming, having a good time, and there are just no scallops. I was losing my mind. It was like everything was starting to seem like a scallop. I was catching so many moon jellyfish and octopus that I thought I was losing my vision. After 30 minutes and multiple trips to dump things on the beach, I finally got my hard-earned scallop. And as a thank you for delivering that pesky snack to Pascal, I got the other mermaid princess dress. At this point, there's only 4 recipes left: the mermaid wall, the mermaid chair, the mermaid sofa, and the mermaid dresser. And who could forget the tiara? The next day moved pretty quickly, and I got the mermaid sofa, and the next day I found another pearl before getting the tiara from Pascal. Oh yeah, it's all come together now. It felt weird being in the home stretch at this point, because most of the other challenges I've done have been not short, but I'm kinda sad it's almost over. But the Sea Palace must be completed. I must carry on. Scallop first try? Nope. But hey, another pearl, and the mermaid wall is ours. The next 2 days were exactly the same. Wake up, swim around for a minute, find a scallop. And just like that, the mermaid chair and the mermaid shelf are coming home. I wish there was a more climactic ending for collecting the recipes, but the challenge isn't over yet. We still have to craft everything. I decided to finally upgrade my house to a castle and donated a few extra bugs so Blathers could give me the shovel recipe. I only need 6 iron nuggets in total, so hopefully I get lucky. Now, you may or may not have noticed by now that my timer clearly doesn't say 5 hours anymore. Unfortunately, my software updated randomly one night and closed out the timer. Instead of running the timer for 5 hours, I just started the timer over. But don't worry, I'll add both times together at the end. Now, the real time suck here are the shells. While I was collecting so many shells between scallop hunts and making huge progress, I was still behind. After all that running around and crafting, I still need 15 coral, 4 giant clams, and 12 sand dollars. So it's off to the beach. There's not much to say about this part, except that this probably would have gone faster if I'd remembered to craft the vaulting pole I got. And if this coral would spawn, I swear I would go several days at a time without any coral spawning at all. Also, you'll see where I found scallops based on where the sea creatures are placed. Shout out to the southeast corner of the island. After many days and nights, risking life and limb, I finally found the shells I needed and got to work crafting the last of the mermaid furniture. And here it is, 6 hours, 44 minutes, and 23 seconds later, my mermaid palace is finally complete. It felt good to finally collect this recipe set after putting it off for so long. Seeing it all together, I understand why people love this set. It just looks so magical when it's all next to each other. If you want to see me tackle more Animal Crossing challenges, check out this video here. But that's all from me for now. Catch you in the next one.